for today is to matching the project management methods with the terms. So the orange boxes from the left-hand side needs to match with the blue boxes on the right-hand side. So normally I'm always asking for brave volunteers to start with 2. So 1 agile, 1 predictive. And in this order, many of you can participate. And I will say the most you're going to get out from this session is that if you participate a little bit. Okay, so any brave volunteer who would like to get started with this? You can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself.
Sure.
Very good. Okay, Missy, you go first. Jay Kishan, you will be the next. So, Missy, 1 agile, 1 predictive, please.
Sure. The cost baseline is predictive and the sprint is agile.
Very good. Now, do we have any? Okay, what was the other one?
The sprint is agile.
Sprint is agile. Okay. A quick bonus question. Do we have sprints on waterfall?
No.
Perfect. Do we have cost baseline on agile?
No.
Are we tracking costs on agile?
Yes.
No, we don't. Because the next question, if it's a yes, then on what form? Do we have a plan? Do we have a tracker? Do we have a baseline? And technically we don't, because it's always a small high-performing team, and those people are always 100%. I mean, 100% allocation. So they are always dedicating all of their time to this. And since it's a small team, since software development has a huge variety, because main costs are coming from people, we need to pay for the people. We need software to run software or developing software. Couple of hardware, laptops, big screens, monitors. But that's all that is in terms of software development. So it's not as complicated than building a house. And I have, so many different cost options to deal with.
But you don't want to know, you don't want to track the cost just to know how much you spent?
Yeah, but in that sense, if you use the same analogy, technically we talk about a fixed cost here. So you track it, but you not track it sprint by sprint. Why? Because the team is always 100%. The team will not vary from sprint or release to release. The scope will vary, but the scope will not drive how much it will cost. Because still, we keep writing code, which is almost sounds like an operational work. But since you keep writing different code, it's matching with the definition of the project.
Okay, thank you.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, Jay Kishan, you are next. But before we do that, I know that I'm actually went into a little bit of a shaky territory when I'm saying that agile is a fixed cost. If some of you disagree or some of you have a question with that, feel free to let me know now, because again, waterfall, the way how waterfall works is that waterfall, we identify the amount of work to be done. So we identify 200 hours worth of work, 200 hours, and we match it with people or we match it with resources, whatever resource that means. Human resources, hardware, material, whatever that is. But agile is completely different, because agile, we having a set of limitation on that sense, which is the team capacity, the velocity. And if the team can deliver any given time 20 story points per sprint, can I give them 21? No, I can't. And that's why the work is matching the team, not the other way around. Okay? Erwin?
Sure. Let's see.
But hold on, Erwin. I thought you have a question, but in that case, let's keep the order, because Jay Kishan raised his hand first. So please hold your fire for a second, okay?
Yeah, sure. Real quick though, before you continue, I was trying to find a button to raise hand, and I don't see that on my side of the screen, so that I can make sure and follow the order.
Fine. You will be after Jay Kishan, okay?
Yeah, Gibber.
Good.
It's the reaction. It's a
the
hand raising is a reaction.
Yeah. Okay, Jay, you can go. 1 agile, 1 predictive, please.
I will pick project manager as predictive.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a bit confused about the work performance data. Will it fall under agile?
Well, think about it. Do I tracking detailed documents, reports on agile?
Not necessarily.
Well, in
because
that case, you
every
already answered this question, so there is a no. So work performance data will be waterfall.
so work performance data is under predictive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can you do one agile?
Yeah, I can do that. Product owner, agile.
Very well done. And then here's the bonus question. Do we have a product owner on waterfall?
No, we don't have. Actually, product owner is a client. In that case, agile in predictive, we have the owner, client, I would say.
Aha.
The similar terminology.
Jackie Chan, I think you are on the right track, but you're not using the right keywords. And the reason why I'm kind of jumping into this, because PMI, this is how PMI will make it very confusing to you. When we talk about an waterfall project, even though it can be software development, product owner does not exist as per the best practices. You can have a client, you can have a business, but ultimately they are all referred as a stakeholder. Okay. Now, waterfall, you rather have stakeholders. You might have a business there, whereas on Agile, we have a product owner who's the linkage between the client / the business. But remember, on Agile, we don't have stakeholders. Why? Because you're always serving one business need with the sprint. So small team, which is the developers, the Scrum Master, product owner, plus, let's say, the business representative, whoever that is, but we don't have, let's say, an extensive list of stakeholders. Okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, Erwin, you can go next.
Oh, thank you for that. Let's see. Let's see. Backlog would be agile and project charter would be predictive.
Okay. Now, yeah, you're also going to get some bonus questions. So backlog agile, and then product. So what was the predictive? Project charter. Okay.
Correct.
Now the question is, do I have a project charter on Agile?
No, you do not.
But why?
Because the project charter is done early in the predictive process, and not in Agile, because Agile is like a sub-project or sub-process of Waterfall, where you could connect a charter at the beginning, which contains the high-level details of what the entire project is about.
Aha. So that's why you need to separate the words and the keywords you are using. So process, PMI never use the process besides waterfall. For Agile, they're never going to use the word process. On Agile, we have rules, we have values, we have principles, but we don't have kind of rules. Now, the reason for the project charter is one and only, which means that it will nominate the project manager with the high-level scope. Now, on Agile, since it's a continuous delivery, we do not need the project charter, because think about it this way. The team will be still the same, but the scope they delivered by sprint, by release will always change. Whereas with the charter, I mean, on waterfall, it has a definite start and a definite end, whereas Agile, there's a possibility that it can go until eternity. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you very much.
I have a question. Did you say that Agile doesn't have a process? It has values?
Yes. So in terms of how PMI will be phrasing this, so the word process is fully attached to waterfall. Why? Because there are the 49 processes which are working in the flow to deliver the waterfall. Now, Agile is focused. So Agile defines values. Agile defines principles. And the way we deliver Agile is delivery vehicle like Scrum. And Scrum is using a set of rules which are defining the way we're working on as Scrum. Okay? But I'm planning to go through that a little bit in more details. Perfect. Now, let's say one more. We have two more left. Who would like to finish this off? Any brave volunteer? Shohin, you can finish this off.
Hello. So Agile would be Scrum and predictive would be quality audit.
Very well done. Well, it's really hard to think a good bonus question for you, but let's say, what about do we have an audit on Agile?
In a form, yes, but not officially, because the audit would be specific to a predictive process, like part of the predictive process.
But what do you mean
the
then by the form then? What do you mean by the form?
Because Agile technically has the review, the sprint review, which would be somewhat equivalent. And because Agile technically only provides your or delivers your feature in an iterative fashion, it therefore wouldn't be an audit. Does that make sense?
Partially, yes.
Kind of.
Because so the sprint review is only there, and the main purpose of that is technically showcasing what you have done, almost like equivalent to your validate scope. Because the validate scope, if it's a yes, the project will go into closing. But as same on Agile, if your sprint review got accepted in the end, you do your retrospective and you start your next sprint. So I would say that on Agile, there is no such a quality checklist barrier process technically, which is just focusing on the quality aspect of it. So that's why I would say that it only exists on a waterfall basis. So quality is present on Agile on the principles. I think principle number 9 is addressing the quality on Agile, but anything audit like no audit on Agile. So the